lower CG is really the reason why we want to use good body position. So as I'm looking into the turn and I found my mid-corner reference point and I'm looking and aiming for that, then I'm putting my face out that way, my shoulder, my elbow, everything's getting bent and pointed in that direction. Even my toe is pointed in the direction that I want to go. So by the time I've got decent body positioning, I've led with my head and the rest of the body's following. So now I've got my leg is out, there's a triangle, as they call it, of daylight between my thigh and my heel. And I got hardly any weight at all in the bars. It's just my legs and my feet that are driving the bike through that corner. So I'm going through 3 or 2, and I'm starting to stand the bike up. And I'm getting back into a neutral position where I'm in my tuck, trying to keep my head as low as I can. I'm coming up to 3, and I'm looking for my reference point in 3, and I'm getting my body position ready so that as I start to turn in, now I'm, again, looking out this way, my face is out, my head is out, leading the rest of my body out, and my foot is pointed out towards that corner. And so I'm bent down like that, and then standing up again to get in a neutral position, get ready for wheelie hill. Let's see, that's basically it. The hardest part, I think, for most people who spend most of the time street riding to learn is making your upper body relax. Just go limp as you possibly can. So really the only thing that's driving the bike is your foot and your inner thigh that's holding onto the gas tank. That's what's really driving the bike. So that you should be able to do this fairly comfortably. And when you feel that burning in your thighs after 2 or 3 sessions of doing that, that's when you know you must be doing it fairly right because it hurts.
So like Paul's saying, you don't want to be turning the bike with your arms, you turn the bike with your legs. You turn the bike by weighting the pegs. And on the street, I know a lot of people have a tendency to ride very stiff, and they tend to turn the bike with your upper arms and your upper body, and your arms are real stiff. And out on the track, if you look at Paul's body position, he's very relaxed. His elbows are bent. His body's slightly compressed, like a catcher in a baseball game. He's on the balls of his feet. And that allows him to be able to maneuver himself around the bike while keeping relaxed and not having a whole bunch of pressure on the bars trying to manhandle the bike. He's using his feet and swiveling the bike with weighting the pegs. So remember that when you guys go through the chicane. The chicane is a good example where you would just weight your peg, weight your peg. There's really no steering the bike up here. But you get set and you weight your peg, and you're on the throttle on the straightaway. So,
you want to demonstrate, Dirk? You want to show him? He's skinny, so he looks pretty.
Well, actually, we should get Bob on here.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. Bob is 6'8".
It's fun watching him fold up on a 6'8".
On his Ducati is real. It's a little bit more stretched out. And he's got rear sets on his Ducati that allow him to stretch his legs a little more. But even on the smaller bikes too, it's the same concept. If he was going to make a left-hand turn, he would start getting set up for the turn. He would weight his peg, slide off the bike. He drops his elbow and his shoulder. And when you naturally start dropping your elbow, the rest of your body follows you. So when he gets set up, and then if he swivels back for another right-hander, same thing. He's just weighting the other peg. Weighting the other peg and sliding off the bike to get all of his weight over the front of the bike.
Hey guys, another thing, especially here where we have some decent straightaways like Eagles Canyon, if any of y'all go there, tucking, as good as it is for aerodynamics and giving you a little rest, it also goes into getting you prepared to getting into the corner like this and practicing this body position. If you're rolling down the front straightaway like this, and then you're coming into the corner and all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is what Dirk and Bob and Paul said. I'm supposed to bend, get over like this. You have to go through this whole range of motion to get to that position. But if you're tucked and you know that corner's coming, slide your butt off a little early, and then you pop up just enough to get your braking done, make your downshifts, and then move yourself into that position to get to that corner. And it's a lot less effort. You're gonna be able to, relax yourself when you're going down the straightaway, and you're gonna be in a more relaxed and ready position when you get into the correct body position for the corner.
And that also applies when you're going from left to right, like through the chicane. If you're somewhat already relaxed, it's more of just swiveling on the bike. It's not standing up, leaning down, standing up, and leaning down again. It's just one smooth swivel across the thing.
Yeah, in a situation like this, guys, your head should just move like this. It shouldn't be an up and down. It should be a completely lateral motion with, it should be a lateral motion with your hips. It shouldn't be up and down at all. You should be just keeping it right here above your windscreen so you can get into that next corner and get down. Get another one after that and get down.
And also, Paul had talked about having a little bit of daylight between your butt and the seat too. So remember to ride up on the balls of your feet and get up on the pegs a little bit. You're going into turn 1 and 2. So you're in your tuck and you start coming into turn 1 and 2. You get set up. Slowly start leaning off the bike. You want to open up just a tad more and get yourself. You're going to be looking at. If you can think about where your mirror would be on your sport bike, if you had your mirrors on it, that's where your head should be, right? And you should be looking up the track through the turn, all the way through the turn. All right, and swivel across the other side. There you go. Leg out a little bit.